As I mentioned, we have two speakers now. We're going to shift into the role of art and faith in this work. And it is a real pleasure and honor to invite our next speaker on stage, ואחינועם ניני, also goes by Noah. Based on the applause, you clearly all know who she is, but for the couple in the room who don't, Noah is an internationally acclaimed singer, songwriter, and activist who, along with her longtime collaborator Gil Dor, has released 16 albums and performed on some of the most prestigious stages around the world. Noah is considered Israel's most prominent cultural advocate for dialogue and coexistence. And her foundation, Noah's Ark, is developing a really exciting new initiative called Reimagine Peace. She's here today to tell us a little bit about this project and maybe share a little bit of music as well. So Noah, thank you so much.
Thank you. תודה רבה. Hi everybody. Shalom, shalom. Woohoo! Hi. Thank you for inviting me to this incredible summit and for giving me the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. I'm going to wait for everybody to settle down. As a musician, I have a really hard time with any noise going on at the same time as I'm trying to sing. And in my case, the speaking and the singing are the same. So I'm here to tell you about Reimagine Peace. What is Reimagine Peace? Well, first, the name basically says everything. It's reimagining the concept of peace, peace that has become a word that is impossible to say. Nobody wants to say it, but I insist on saying it. And I also want to relate to what the woman Susie said before. I didn't hear all the speeches. 10 years, 15 years, I don't know. I don't have time. I have no time. I want to do it now. Now is the time to start the process and implement the process and believe in peace and make it happen. And how do we do it? There's so many ways and so many things that we have to do. We've initiated a gathering. It's actually a global movement, but it will start in July in Florence, Italy. Florence, the city of the Renaissance, appropriately the city of the rebirth of so many things, will also initiate the rebirth of this important conversation between Israelis and Palestinians, which is going on so many different levels. But unfortunately, most people in the world have no idea that it's going on. Most people in the world only hear one side of the conversation, which is the polarization, the violence, the anger, the hatred, the desperation, and the hopelessness that is taking us into a spiral vortex, pulling us down and affecting everything we do, affecting the way we speak, the way we dream or not dream, the way we vote, the way we post, the way we demonstrate, the way we decide to give and what we decide to give of ourselves and what we have. I think that somebody needs to raise the flag. Guys, that's not the whole story. There's another story going on. And that doesn't mean that we have any instant solutions or instant magic. No. It's a process. It's a conversation. It's painful. But we have to have it and stay in the room as we have it. That is what Reimagine Peace is all about. It's going to happen in July, between the 10th and the 12th of July in Florence. The people there will be Israeli and Palestinian artists and activists. There will be chefs. There will be meditators. There will be speakers. There will be movies and panels. We're going to have a march through the city where religious leaders will be collaborating together, raising this message. We have an incredible collaboration with the Imam of Florence, which is a Palestinian from Hebron, who is a great supporter of this idea, together with the rabbi of the Jewish community in Florence, which is so supportive, and the entire Christian community on all its different levels. And I'll tell you a little bit about that also before our next speaker comes up. So all of these people are going to be coming together as part of Reimagine Peace. And we hope to continue this act of defiance. And it's an act of defiance. For us, this is basically saying we protest against the desperation and the depression and the polarization. This is our act of protest, our demonstration, but we're doing it through music, through culture, through art. And we are also deeply connected to its time, to Higi Hazman, to this incredible coalition, this incredible movement. We see ourselves as a branch of its time abroad. And Florence will only be the beginning. We hope to take this show on the road and to go to many cities around the world. There is already great interest all over the world, because just as Iran said before, Iran Etzion, his man I respect so deeply, he said there is a great need for hope, not only in the Israeli community, but all over the world. So artists and religious leaders and people of faith and spirit, of philosophy, people who are thinkers, our role is to throw the vision out and say, this is where we can go. And for those who say, but you're not reflecting reality, it's not our job to reflect reality. Reality is reflected by journalists when they're doing their job, which is not always. Our role is to create a vision, to give inspiration, and to pull people forward towards that, to pull them, to inspire them, to engage them, to tell them that there is another way. There must be another way, and there is another way. And I see here also some people who will thankfully be guests at our festival. Sitting right in front of me is one of the people I love most in this world, Robbie Damelin, from the Parents Circle Family Forum. Really. You can... You can squish as much as you want, but you're not squishable. You have an enormous spirit. You and Bushra Awad have agreed to come, and we're so, so grateful for that. Toda rabba. And you have to know that the mayor of Florence, Sara Funaro, has given Robbie and Bushra one of the greatest honors in Florence. The Golden Lion of Florence has already been given to them and will be awarded to them in person when, inshallah, they will be in Florence in July. And today I have been informed that we will have another incredible guest in our festival, and that is His Beatitude, Cardinal Pitzabala, which I would like to invite to this stage. He will be speaking directly after me and saying much wiser words. Oh. Yes, but Cardinal, before I let you speak, I have a surprise. Would you like to stay here while we do it? Please, sit. You can sit. Please, you are our audience. I would like to invite to this stage the next generation of activists, and that is my daughter, Yam. Let's see. Woo. Hello, Yam. Sorry, you wanted... Oh! I apologize. But Yam, of my 3 children, is the one that comes to all the demonstrations with her mother. And I see her as, like I said, the next generation of activists, together with a lot of amazing young people here in this room. We're going to sing together. Take the microphone. Yes. So what we've chosen to sing is a piece of music written by Johann Sebastian Bach. I made an album dedicated to Bach called Letters to Bach, where I wrote lyrics to pieces by Bach. And to my great surprise, amazement, and joy, Yam not only enjoyed the album, but has learned all of these crazy pieces, and she sings them better than I do. So now we're going to sing one of them together, the lyrics of which I find to be particularly relevant. It's called Little Loving. Little loving, just a little loving, that is all I need, yes indeed. Little loving, just a little loving, and I'll start believing in the Lord above, and all those stories about the man, the ark, the dove, Moses bringing those tablets of 10. Law for all women and men. I don't need all of humanity, all I need is you. You make me feel the world is not a basket case. When through my tears I see your smiling face. A little love and just some love and passion, and I'll see the world in optimistic fashion. Though it seems that we are losing, I can't connect to what the world is choosing. I resurrect a simple way of loving. Mine is push and shoving. Ooh, ooh, the angels sing. A little love, bring it in. A little loving, just a little loving now. Elementary. Little loving, just a little loving every night and day. The anger melts away, come on. Let's put our weapons down, erase the fear, the frown, and let the sun shine in. Thank you very much, Yam Nini Barak. Yay, mommy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll conclude by saying you are all invited to join us in Florence between the 10th and the 12th of July. You're invited to look up Noah's Ark Foundation and Reimagine Peace and get involved. And if you're there, you will have the opportunity to also hear this amazing man speak again in his home country.
I'm not paying her.
And I'd like to thank all the volunteers and friends, Naomi Fortis, of course, Gil Dor, my partner, and all the amazing people involved in Reimagine Peace. And Toda Rabba to It's Time for inviting us. Toda Rabba. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know what I have to say exactly, but first of all, I want to say that coming from Jerusalem, where I live since almost 40 years, sometimes, not always, a little bit depressed by the situation, very heavy and very complicated. Coming here and seeing so many people engaged, tough, clear, and determined is also a breath, finally. And we need it sometime and see that not all is lost. There's still hope. Someone talked about hope before. As long as there's someone ready to be committed and engaged and give his life for peace, for encounter, there is hope. There is hope. So I'm confident that one day we'll arrive there. I listened also the previous panel. I have to say, what you already mentioned this, that in almost 40 years of presence in Jerusalem, the names are changed, but the narrative's the same. The things that we heard a lot of time, unfortunately. And as you said, enough. It's about time to do something. But I'm convinced of one thing. I have to be short, I understand, that of course, the international community has an important role in order to make this pressure. But no one can replace the local societies. And no political agreement, you can sign whatever you want, but without involving the local societies, it will fail. I mean, for Gaza, the plan can be wonderful, but you don't rebuild Gaza without Gazans. It's not only question, it's question of, first of all, of rights and dignity. Is another way to tell Gazans, this is not yours. So these aspects are very important. So involving the society is absolutely necessary. Conditio sine qua non, is a condition that cannot be avoided or neglected. And the societies, there are not only extremists. We don't have only Hamas, Ben Gvir, or whatever. We have a lot of people that, if committed, engaged, can change the horizon here. So, and after, as I said, almost 40 years, we met a lot of them. So there we have to go. The other aspect, we have to be also very concrete. After 7 October and the Gaza war, as you said, the hatred, the mistrust, the contempt, the language of violent language, what we assist is not just military violence, violence everywhere, in the language, in the thought, and so on. And so there we have to work. Without involving society at a social level, cultural level, and religious level, we will fail. There we have to be. And the last thing I have to say, I'm religious, as you see. In Holy Land, Israel, Palestine, and all Middle East, the religion is not something private. It's an important public role. And it is not true that because of the religion there are wars. The instrumentalization of the religion is used to justify wars. So the responsibility of religion here is very important. If you want to change the way of thinking, you cannot avoid to involve the religious element and the responsibility of the religious leaders.
Absolutely.
This is our responsibility. And if we don't do this, for us, from the religious point of view, is a big sin we are committing. To remain silent, what was a wound for me after 7 October, Gaza war, the silence of so many. Where we are. The religious leaders have a very important responsibility. So I want to conclude, then I don't know how it is done here, but I have to say, I want to be also positive, that if the religious, also the political institutions, very clearly, but also religious institutions, the big religious institutions, maybe failed in this context, we still have, at the political level, religious level, persons that can still work for this. And we have to insist, especially with the young generation. Young generation among religious, politicians, social, cultural, arts, and everything. So no one alone can make peace. Absolutely. Peace is a network. Is a network where everyone brings his brick in order to build, rebuild the building that has been destroyed. This is not impossible. Our mistake sometimes that we want to use the, I don't know, how to say in English, caravans, to build something already that is done in China, bring here and is done. Peace will take some time. But no one, the next generation, can do anything if we don't start now.
Yes, absolutely. Right.
And still we have all the conditions, all the possibilities to do it. We cannot leave the narrative to the extremists and the radicals. It is forbidden for us. So thank God there are still persons able to talk, to raise their voice, and in a way, maybe we are not enough as numbers, but we will be, and we want to be the pain in the neck of those who don't want to listen.
Yeah, woohoo! Bravo! Wow, thank you so much, wow. I think I'm going to conclude our short segment here. First of all, by thanking His Beatitude for coming to this incredible conference and for your beautiful words and everything you do. We have our eye on you, and you're so, we do, don't you? Have you been following what he's doing? So impressive, so beautiful. Thank you so much in the name of all people who believe, and I'm a believer. And I was so excited before, and I forgot to mention a very important person who reimagined peace, and that is Mira Awad, my incredible colleague, who is, I've seen her shirts and her bags everywhere here. We represented Israel in the Eurovision in 2009 with the song There Must Be Another Way, and we have been friends since 2000. That's 26 years of activism together. She will be deeply involved in Reimagine Peace as well, together with so many incredible people, Maoz Inoon, Aziza Busara, and so many of our friends. So thank you for listening to us. Thank you to His Beatitude, and good luck to all of us as Reimagining Peace.